Oh. Let's see. Get my chat going. Yo. My bad for the confusion there. My bad for the confusion. My bad. Oh shit. Man, what's good, man? What is good, early gang? Good morning, early gang. Blackie, what's good, bro? Yes, sir. Hit that like button. Let them know. Hit that like button. Oh man, it's good to be back. It is real good to be back. Can you guys hear me? Everything? Are we good to go? Damn, I missed the gang. I missed the early game, man. Feels good to be home, man. LA was dope, but there's really no place like home, man. Shit, what's good, man? Let me pour out my coffee. I missed this. I missed my coffee pot, man. Had to wake up every morning and drive to Starbucks. You know, that shit gets old. Gotta have the coffee pot on deck, man. What's good? Class E, G-O-D, Drew P. Let me shoot a text out, let everybody know. Leno, what up, bro? Appreciate you updating me with everything. Let me know we're good to go. Let me send a text over here. Bear with me 1 second, guys. Bear with me. How was everybody's week, man? I feel like I know I tapped in. I was able to chop it up with some of you guys on damn, I can't talk this morning. I was on the Team ProducerGrind stream. I had popped up randomly. Chopped it up with you guys. Okay, this is not the one. We want to get the Larry Ohh live. Yeah, we got Larry Ohh in the building today, man. Mic sounds a bit different. You can hear the room noise more, huh? Let me see why. Mic sounds a bit different. We good? Shouldn't sound any different. We should sound regular. Let's see. Is that better? My mic better? Been a rough week though, for sure. Why a rough week? Why has it been rough? Let me get my Zoom. Oh shit, I'm trying to do too much, man. I had full intention to come on here 5 minutes early and I ended up being late. Isn't that crazy? Is that better? My mic better? Oh, you know what? It sounds like yo. It sounds like it's not even the right mic. Oh, you know why? Hold on, guys. I gotta turn the volume down on the camera. That should be a lot better. Damn, there's a lot of noise. Yeah, we're good to go. That should be a lot better. Hell yeah. Way better. Alright. Bear with me, guys. It's the top of the week. And, man, after a week off. Damn, there's a lot of noise. After a whole damn week off. Let me copy this link. Let's send out a message to text saying, let's get the entire gang in here, man. Let's get everybody tapped in. Shout out to everyone tapping in on Text Gang too. Yo, the morning show is back. We are live right now. Come tap in. And then I'll paste the link. Cool. Text message went out. All right. What's good, man? Let me see what's good with Twitch. We got 3 viewers on Twitch. Damn, we gotta get our Twitch up. That's pretty sad. 3 viewers on Twitch is pretty sad. Not gonna lie. I think it's about time we start doing our exclusive Twitch streams. So bear with me. This Friday. So yeah, man. Today is Tuesday. This Friday we are gonna do morning show beat critiques, beat reviews, beat battle. Okay, 14 viewers on Twitch. Okay, bet that's definitely a little bit better for sure. Still pretty sad though. Okay. As we get the YouTube viewers in here, and we got the Zoom going. My bad, guys. It feels like Monday. But it's really Tuesday, and I haven't had enough coffee. And bro, I was, because it's 3 hours difference over there in LA, so staying up till like midnight, 1 a.m. out there is like 3-4 in the morning over here. And then so I'm early gang. I'm used to getting up at like 7 over here, so there's a little bit of transition, but we're good to go. We got some dope interviews out there, man. We got 4 done. Man, who do we get? We had the Bone Collector, dope producer. He actually he's from France and the Ivory Coast. He's from the Ivory Coast, moved to France, and then moved to LA, and he co-produced Hot Girl Summer for Meg Thee Stallion. What else? Who else we did? Then we did Taurus from who is Gunna's tour DJ. He also produced like 4 songs on Gunna's last album, on the Winter album. Then we went and pulled up on FKI First, aka Good Job First. That was really dope. That was a really dope interview. That one was like almost 2 hours. Basically got his whole come up story. Bro has some crazy credits, man. I was a little bit sleep on his discography. His discography is crazy. Who else did we do? The Hooper. We talking about the Hooper. Yeah, so man, first has some crazy credits. Real Atlanta legend. If you guys remember the Charlie Rocket story, the Charlie Rocket interview, when he told the story about coming up with Travis Porter and how their engineer pulled up one day with a big ass keyboard and he's like, bro, you make beats, and he ended up making all the Travis Porter's like real first hits. That was him, and we got the first hand story from him, which was really dope. He had us pull up to his studio. He's got a dope studio out there in LA. And then the night before we left out, we pulled up on Max Lord, 808 Mafia, and Brock of 808 Mafia. Did a Max Lord interview, which was dope. He has a dope story too. Dope engineer gems, man. We really talked that one was fire. We really talked a lot about like, we covered like how everyone is like, oh, you got to reach out to engineers, you got to build with engineers and stuff like that. We kind of cracked through the surface of that and really talked about, man, we did that one was fire. That one was almost 2 hours too. So many dope interviews, man. It was a dope trip. I thought I would get more. Usually we go out there, we leave with like 6 interviews. So we came back with 4. It's a real different vibe out there, man, right now than last time. You can't even literally go through a drive-through without having a mask on, which is crazy. Like, Starbucks drive-through, they got a big sign that says must wear mask just going through the drive-through, which it's not like that out here. And in Atlanta, it's definitely a little bit more laid back. But yeah, man, it's good to be back. It's good to tap in with the early game. And we got Larry Ohh, man. Larry Ohh's probably like, what the fuck is this interview canceled? Let me bring him in here. I just had to catch up with you guys, man. I had to catch up. I had to see what's going on. Yeah, I know you guys can't wait to see Larry. I know we got Larry coming in. Max Lord, yeah, Max Lord is dope, man. Dope engineer gems. Quality over quantity, yeah, that's a fact, Drill Bit. That's a fact. Who were you with, Carrington? No, man, I did them all by myself. I went out there. It was just me and my girl went out there, and I did the interviews by myself, man. You know, I would have loved to have the gang there, but they couldn't make it this trip. So yeah, just out there. Well, that's probably another difference too. It was you know, when we're out there with the gang, it's usually more fun, especially on our off time. Even though me and my girl, we had some fun though. We went out to Malibu. We like drove through the mountains and shit like that. It was really dope. Whatever happened to Carrington? Carrington deleted his IG a while back. He's still Carrington though. I just seen him a couple weeks ago. I didn't smoke out there in LA though. I did fuck with the edibles though. Fucked with the edibles a little bit. Will you do an internet money interview anytime too soon? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll happen soon. Taurus didn't start producing till 2019. Yeah, it's crazy. Traveling today is crazy. What you mean? Today in specific, or you just mean like in today's day and age? Nice weather, at least when you're at the... Bro, it was hot. No, it was too fucking hot. That's another thing too. Usually, I don't think I've ever gone out there in the summertime. I've usually gone out there in like the winter, spring, and the fall. So it's like way more chill, or way more cool. It was like 110 degrees in the fucking valley, because we were staying in the valley, like North Hollywood area. Bro, it was hot as fuck. Ask Leno. I don't know how Leno does that shit. I don't know how he does that shit every day. It was so hot that our Airbnb, like the air conditioner wasn't even like working. Like we had it on all the way at like 60, and the shit wasn't even getting lower than like 75 degrees in the shit. Larry Ohh was good. Oh, Elmine was good, bro. He said Larry Ohh. Yeah, man, let's bring Larry in here, man. Enough of me talking, man. But I had to catch up. I'm gonna catch up with you guys after too. East Coast is weak as fuck. What you mean? East Coast is not weak as fuck. I fuck with the East Coast, right? Born and raised on the East Coast. Today's day and age with pandemic traveling is nuts. What I meant. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We didn't get sick. It's just weird. Everything's weird right now, as far as traveling and shit like that. But yeah, let's see what Larry's doing. You know what? Larry's probably not even in the Zoom because I don't have the Zoom open. Let's see here. My bad, Larry Ohh. Let's see what's good with Larry, man. Also, Zoom link. There he goes. Also, you guys know the drill, man. There is a Zoom link. I feel like I look a little blurry today. I don't got my camera set right. Oh well. All right, man. Let's bring Larry in, man.
Perfect.
Yo,
what's good, bro?
You hear me?
Yes, sir. 1 second. Let me make sure that everyone can hear you, though.
Cool.
Now let me make sure everyone can see you. Screen share. Oh no, Zoom call. Yes, sir, man. Let me make sure you can hear the sound effects. You dig. What's good with you, bro,
Yep.
man? Welcome to the morning show, man. This is a long overdue episode. We've been talking about this one since I started the damn show.
Yeah, man. It's been a long run. You've been doing like crazy things with this, man. Happy to be a part of it.
Nah, most definitely, bro. And we appreciate your support and just supporting the brand, supporting the IG and everything over this past year. I feel like as far as we've been tapped in and stuff. But yeah, man, bear with me, man. I'm just getting back after a week off. I just got back to Atlanta last night. I don't have enough coffee in me as of right now, but we're good to go, man. What's good with you,
Yeah,
though, man?
man. I got the coffee. I got the tub.
What's
The
that, Dunkin'?
Nah. I'm anti Dunkin', man. Unless I absolutely have to. This is
Yeah.
a spot called the Honeydew in Rhode Island. I don't know if they're anywhere else.
Okay, no, I never heard of him. It's funny you say anti-Duncan because when I was when I flew out to LA last week, I was in the airport and I'm Starbucks, man. I'm a big Starbucks fan. So, but they
Yeah.
didn't have a Starbucks in our terminal and they had Duncan. So I was like, I had messaged out to the text gang. I'm forced to drink this Duncan. They were like, what the hell's wrong with Duncan? I'm not gonna lie, Dunkin' dark roast is all right though. I fuck with Dunkin' dark roast.
Yeah, you gotta get the cold brew or the dark roast, man, because the regular is like water.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't. Man.
I just got hit to the dark the cold brew too at Starbucks. The nitro cold brew, you ever had that?
Oh yeah. Yep. I definitely had that, bro. Like that. They don't give it to you in too much of a big cup over there because that shit'll knock you out.
That shit is fire. I'm fucking with it. I might
It's
go
really
get one.
good.
I might go get one today. But yeah, man, we got Larry on the building, man. So what's good with you though, man? I know you really it's had like a real recent rise to success. I know you said in 2019 you started off with like 5K, because I seen your Cymatics interview, and shout out to Cymatics, by the way.
Oh yeah, even Drew for that.
And you had around 5K IG followers pretty much a little bit more than a year ago, and now you're at what? You're like 130, something like that, 129.
I think I just hit 130 yesterday or the other day. Yeah,
that's fire, bro. What? How did you grow so fast?
It was with the quick IG FL Studio tutorials, man. I never did any tutorial style shit before up until, May of last year, 2019. And I just filled a void, I think. I didn't see many, if any, short, quick 1-minute tutorials on Instagram with FL Studio. I didn't really see a lot in general anyway, for any DAW for that matter, but I know tons of people were doing it on YouTube, and I did try it a couple of years ago on YouTube, but it's just not my thing. I was trying to force it too much, and Instagram, I was always consuming, and I knew it. I knew the platform a lot more than YouTube as a creator from that standpoint. But I mean, I think I just like kind of filled a void that there wasn't any short, quick tutorials on Instagram. Really, there was a few accounts doing it, but not many at all. So I think it's just one of those things, right place, right time, and filling a void and providing value, really,
Nah, most definitely. You definitely provide gems on those tutorials too. I always flip through and check them out. I'm like, oh shit, that's fire.
Thanks.
But man, how did you even get into making beats, man? I know you're from Rhode Island, born and raised in Rhode Island.
Yeah, born and raised in Providence, Rhode Island. Yep.
Nobody in my family. Tell us the come up story, man.
Yeah, so like nobody in my family or anything. Just I had a couple of friends that did some music and were in bands and stuff, and I was just always obsessed with beats. I got my first car and I had to get the subs in it and shit. I got like 3 12-inch JL subwoofers, and I was just always obsessed with the beat side of things. I would pay attention to the beats more than anything. Yeah. I wouldn't even learn lyrics really at all. I wouldn't even know any of the lyrics. I would just pay attention to the beats. And I just became obsessed with how to make beats. And I would just, back in the day, because I'm an old head, yo. So like YouTube wasn't as good as it is now with information. So you had to really dig. The internet was there, but you had to really dig deep in forums and just read. There wasn't too many videos, tutorials, maybe like a handful of tutorials on YouTube, but it wasn't that popular yet.
So what era are we talking about? We talking about like late 2000s, early 2000s? What are we talking?
Probably, yeah, because I'm 34 right now, and I was 18 when I started making beats. So we're talking, what, 16 years ago?
Yeah.
is crazy.
So like
But like
oh 05 type shit.
'05, yeah, like right out when I was getting out of high school, I started making beats. So kind of late compared to some kids, but I just became obsessed with it. And I got my laptop. I got my first version of FL Studio. I learned how to download it, how to use it a little bit, the ins and outs. I think I started on FL Studio 4. So that shows you right there. But
Yo,
yeah, just
what is it? What is it with produce? I had to stop you real quick because
yeah,
I feel like I kind of got to walk around tiptoes when I'm talking about people producers and their age. Like you were like right out front about it, but a lot of people, a lot of producers when I interview them, it's almost like it's like they're like, bro, it's oh, I'm just getting the energy like, bro, don't ask how old I am, or no, like don't ask stuff like kind of is gonna relate to how old I am or anything like that. I don't know. Have you noticed that?
yeah, I have noticed it a lot. And I don't know. I used to care, but now I don't give a fuck because what does it matter? I mean, what's the big deal? You see artists and producers coming up at the age of 40. Age doesn't matter.
Right.
It really doesn't. I think it mattered back in the 50s and 60s when we're like, oh, you have to be an 18-year-old singer. You know, in the 50s, you see like Frankie Lyman and all these like Michael Jacksons. Oh, they're all young. Age mattered a lot. But now you could see that a lot of older artists are coming up and producers. You see, 2 Chainz didn't break till he was like 40, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
But I mean, this whole thing around age is kind of crazy to me.
And I
So
feel
I
like
just,
it's only people in their late 20s and like early 30s that are like super like self-conscious about it. Like I don't know, I just kind of have noticed, and it's
yeah,
kind of I'm pretty open about it. You know, I'm 27. Like I don't know, I feel
yeah.
like
Like, what's the big deal?
yeah, exactly. I feel
I
still
don't
young.
understand it.
I
People
feel
wanna,
still young, but I feel still like an old head too. I'm like right in between.
yeah. I mean, I don't feel like I am the age I am. I've always stayed current with the times. I've always loved the new music, new trends, all that stuff, new artists. Like a lot of people, you know, when they get a little bit older, they get stuck in their ways. But I've always just been obsessed with the change of everything.
Yeah.
How social media has changed the music game, how FL Studio and Ableton and Logic has changed the production game. I've been obsessed with all that shit.
So how let's get back to the come up story, man. So you started making beats. You know, you had your 312s. You were annoying your neighbors, riding around Rhode Island. Um, how to
Yeah.
you continue the story, man.
Um, so yeah, I started making beats in my basement, just around my friends during parties. I would be making beats with like shitty surround sound system in my basement, and I would just show them off to my friends. They sucked. You know, my beats sucked for like years and years, but people would hype me up all the time. And then I joined a band. I started playing drums. A couple of my friends were in a band, and I just was like obsessed with just watching them play and the drum side of things. Like coming from like making beats, I was just obsessed with drums. So I got my first drum kit at Guitar Center. Like I went in debt real quick. They gave me a credit card, got my first drum kit, and then learned how to play drums. And I think I was never like a beast on drums. I was just okay, but I feel like I learned a lot faster because I had already started making beats in FL Studio and I got the time and the rhythm down. And then yeah, so I joined the band. My friend was like, yo, if you want to join the band, if you want to learn how to play drums, go buy your own kit, because I was learning on his kit. And he was like, man, you just go grab your own kit. He's like, if you really want to play drums, go grab your own. And I did, learned it, joined the band, was still making beats. And I wasn't working with any artists yet, but just like becoming like really just obsessed with the craft and just trying to get better at it. And in between learning how to play drums and making beats, I finally joined my first and only band with a few of my friends, and it was a hip hop metal band.
Hip hop
And
metal, like Rage Against the Machine, kind of, or like some like
kind of, yeah. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It was uh like metalcore music. You know what like metalcore is?
no, not really.
It's like breakdowns, like heavy breakdowns. It's pretty similar to, honestly, yo, it's very similar to trap music. It's
Okay.
just with different instruments, honestly. It's that got that halftime kind of vibe, and it's not much of a stretch from trap and hip hop, honestly. So it was an easy blend to make. We had a rapper, screamer, singer, drums, guitar, and then I eventually kind of merged my hip hop production into the band stuff, and we really like crafted our sound from there. And I figured out how to play that stuff live. It was like crazy stretch how to figure that stuff out, but finally figured it out. We could play it live. I could play simultaneously with the drums and all the production that I made that I blended with the live instruments.
Uh-huh.
We ended up getting signed. This is like, I'm trying to go through the story kind of quick, but we ended up like just doing a bunch of regional shows around New England, like up and down the coast, like not too far down, maybe North Carolina, weekend shows. Then we finally, like out of nowhere, we got hit up by this management company, and we ended up getting signed to this smaller label, and we got on Warped Tour in was it 2014. So 2014 was a crazy year. We got signed to this smaller label that a big guitar player started his own label from Askin Alexandria, started his own music record label, signed us and a couple other bands. We went on Warped Tour.
How did you even get on their radar? Just from doing shows?
From the manager. This manager, we were with this management company called Outer Loop Management when we were like nothing at all. We were just doing the regional stuff. And by the way, I don't know, it was a bad deal I think that we were in. I don't know if they're still around. I don't want to like badmouth anybody, but
yeah, like
we were like paying them monthly, which is like the first sign that you should not sign a deal with a management company if you're paying them monthly. Like, I think that's like the biggest red flag, but we didn't know that. We were super young and like green. And we got in that, but it was like, it was a little like stepping stone. So we got out of that management company, and this other dude got caught wind of that. It was like, hey, you guys with that management company anymore? We're like, nope. So he's like, yo, we got to meet up. We met up with him at some show that he like came in, met us up at the show. And then from him, his boss had connects. So it's all about networking and connections, really. From that management company, his boss got us onto Warped Tour, and then eventually got us signed to this label because they heard, they're like, oh, yo, this band's already on Warped Tour. They're doing things out there. Check them out. So we ended up being the first band signed to that new label as well.
That's fire.
We did Warped Tour. It was our first real tour ever. It was 50 shows in like 60 days. It was brutal, yeah.
Were they paid shows, or was it like?
Yeah, we got paid, but not much at all. We were an up and coming band. We got paid. We only got paid $300 a show as a band of five members. Yep. And then we had to hire. This is the crazy thing. We had to hire a driver because the drives were too crazy. We had to rent an RV with a trailer. We had to hire a tour tour manager, and we had to hire a merch guy. So all those people, and then the band was only getting paid $300 a show.
So you had to you had to cover all the
we were in debt right away. We were in debt right away. Yeah.
So this is 2014. This is the social media era. This is Instagram era. Were you capitalizing?
No.
What were we doing? You're just having fun touring.
Yeah, we were just touring, man. We were trying to do the social media thing, but we weren't having any real success with it. We were using it. People would find us, but we never got a real grasp for it and really took off in social media at that point. We were focused more, I think, on playing shows and trying to get noticed by labels. And we were taking that old school route of just trying to tour it out and get noticed that way.
Yeah, just I'm trying to like put me in the mindset you were here, because like I feel like Larry Ohh now you're like you're on your marketing and your branding. I feel like you have your goals and your vision set up for your career. But what was Larry Ohh like at this point in time? Was he just looking to have fun and tour and hopefully one day he's gonna win the lottery and sign a big deal, or like what was going on?
Yeah, pretty much that was it. I didn't think too much. I didn't utilize social media like I do now at all. So a lot of people ask like, what would you do different if you had to go back? Social media would be the main thing that I would take full advantage of if I could go back. But you learn lessons, and that's why I think I've gotten to the point where I am today because of social media, because I learned my lessons, and I'm like, yo, like I have this thing in my hand that I can reach the entire world, provide value, create a business from scratch.
Yeah.
And I'm not using it. So
Like
I kind of just
think if you had the community app on tour, it would have been, that could have been a game changer.
That's it. Like, once this COVID thing is over, a lot of people that have the community app and a text audience and an email audience are gonna kill it. They're just gonna kill it. In 2020 right now, it's nuts because the technology, at the level that the technology is at nowadays, you gotta be crazy not to utilize it to its full potential. Every bit of it you have to use.
Yeah,
it's crazy when people not using it.
Yeah, you're definitely sleeping if you're not, man. Especially like these last few months, that was really the time to be like, you know what, fuck everything. I'm gonna just strap in and learn this shit. You know what I mean? And at least start experimenting, start trying shit. So yeah, man. Continue the story. So you do 50 shows in 60 days.
Yeah, something like.
Was it all over the country, East Coast to West Coast, like?
Yep, it was all over, man. And the routing was nuts because there's probably like between 10 and 20,000 people at each date.
Yeah.
So they had to like wipe out huge parking lots. So it was just like, if it was a huge open field or huge parking lots, that's where they would put the shows. So the routing was nuts because they had to find these big ass open lots and fence everything off and build 10 stages every day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wild. So we would start off in Rhode Island. We had to drive to Arizona first.
Shit.
The first show was in Texas. So we had to drive to Arizona to get our RV that we rented. Then we had to drive to Houston, Texas to start our first day. And then from there, it just went all over the place. I can't even remember, bro. It was nuts. It was one show after another, 12-hour drives every night. That's why we had to hire a driver. There was like no way. We would have burnt out like first week if we did it all ourselves. It was impossible.
That'd be insane, man. You got any crazy stories, man? Any car breakdowns? Anything crazy? Any hills have eyes type of shit?
Nothing like that, because it's just you get in the RV, you sleep, but and you just wake up in the next venue, really. But the RV broke down a couple of times. The trailer that we had was like a double axle trailer. One of the tires just flew off, so we're riding on like 3 wheels throughout like a portion of the country because the axle was all messed up. Couldn't get it fixed in time, and you have to make it to the next show. You miss the show, you're screwed. You don't want to miss any shows. You don't want to look bad.
Right.
So I mean, it was just like it was fun, but getting thrown into that tour right away, that was our first tour. It was brutal. But we got used to it pretty quick. After the first like 2 weeks, we kind of got into a groove. You wake up, you don't know what time you're playing every day. It was a wild time, yo. But there was parties like every night where we didn't party too much because like, yo, we want to impress people. But at the same time, we might have shot ourselves in the foot in that regard too, because they're not only parties, they're like little networking events, and we kind of put a wall in front of us where we thought we were doing the right thing, but at the same time, we might not have been doing the right thing. We were like, yo, let's close in. We're not going to party. We're not doing that. We're just going to do the right thing. We're going to wake up early, get shit done, promote ourselves for the day. So
see, that's interesting. It's like you could have been more productive by partying.
Yeah. I mean, and not necessarily just getting fucked up every night, being there, just being there and networking with these people and these other bands like everybody else was doing. But you learn, man. You learn just through these experiences. And I definitely have learned a lot. And, we did that tour. We came home. The next tour we did, I mean, you go from playing this huge tour, that has a huge name for itself, 20,000 kids there every day. And then we're done with that tour and we come home and then we get on this other tour with some other band and we do our first venue tour. And there was nobody at these shows. Like when I tell you nobody at these shows for this whole little tour. So then you go from that being on, like Cloud 9 type shit to just going into venue tours with another band that's, you know, bigger than you, but not that much, and nobody coming to these shows at all. So that was pretty humbling and like depressing at the same time. You know, you're like, damn, bro. Like,
Nobody like you're performing like front of 5 people, like.
Yeah, pretty much. Almost every night, like 5 people, like
Shit.
every night on that tour. I mean, it wasn't as long.
Yeah.
And I remember this specific spot that we played, and there was literally nobody. It was in Atlanta, actually. It was at the Masquerade. You know the Masquerade?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's there anymore, but we played there. I think like on the bottom level. You know, wasn't there like a few levels to it? Can't remember.
I don't know. I've heard of the venue. I've never been there though. I've heard.
Yeah,
I've heard like, on the show. There's been a bunch of people that have brought it up.
Played there, and there was like nobody there. Then we did another tour. We ended up like getting lucky, and some bigger bands just caught us online, caught our music videos on social media, because we were putting stuff out there, and to hopefully get noticed more. And this band found us and was like, "Yo, we'd love to have you on this tour." And they were pretty big. They were an older band, but they were like a lot bigger than us. We went out with them, and that was probably the best venue tour we ever had. Did that tour. Just to speed the story up, we came back, and we got asked for another tour, and I couldn't go because I was having my kid. So this is the first time I couldn't go anywhere. I had my first son, so this was 5 years ago. Had my son, couldn't go on the tour. It was a great tour. They went with another bigger band. Came back, and I think a couple years later, maybe not even a couple years later, a year later, everything kind of just burnt out. We felt like the label wasn't doing anything for us at all. We felt like there was a conflict of interest, which there was. There was a huge conflict of interest that we shouldn't have got into, and that really just put the stop on a lot of motivation from us, because morale goes down in the band, especially when you're dealing with five other guys. Everybody has their opinions, everybody has their thing going on in their personal life,
right? And
things just started to kind of burn out. So I think in 2017 we just decided to go our own ways. The band wasn't really making money. I wasn't making money. I'm getting older. I'm like, yo, I gotta figure shit out. I gotta fend for myself for once. The band went a full 10 years, almost a full 10 years, I think 9 years. And we just kind of went our own ways. We called it like a break, but we never really got back together. And that was about 3 years ago. And then after that, I just went into overdrive on everything for myself, just went into complete overdrive. That's when I started focusing more on some social media stuff, trying to find something that would like pop on social media. And a year and a half ago or so, last May, I started doing the tutorials. And that's kind of a really, really, really long story short. Yeah. There's a lot more information there.
Now, during this time, with the band and stuff, like, what were you? Did you have a job, or like, were you like hustling studio time? Like, what were you doing?
Yeah, I was hustling studio time a lot. So when the band was going, we had a studio space not too far away from the one that I'm in now. And when I knew the band wasn't going to be there, I would book studio time with artists, because I was heavy in the local scene. I would go to a lot of hip hop shows. I would go to a lot of rock and metal shows, and people just caught wind of me being an engineer and a producer. So I would offer studio time, for maybe like $20 an hour back then or something like that. I think I started off at maybe like $15, $20 an hour when I started charging people.
Yeah.
So I would hustle studio time like that, because I quit my job when the band started recording like our first EP ever. That was the last time I think I had a real job. And it was a good job, but I was like, yo, if I want to take this seriously, I got to do this now and really put in. It just seemed like it was the right time to do it. And I think during that time, I learned a lot of my craft and became a better engineer and a producer because of that. So then I would hustle studio time, beats, anything I could do music related. I was working the door at shows, at like local shows and stuff. Whatever I could do music wise that kept me happy and, made me some money, I would do it.
Yeah, no, most definitely, man. I think that there's like, when people are like, oh, I want to quit my job, I want to do this music stuff full time. I think especially if you're in a small city, man, there's a lot of benefit to getting a little space and and you know, having and just in general too, because we were who was I talking? I was talking about this with both FKI and Max Lord. These couple past interviews I was just filming that they're not out yet, but they're coming.
Yep.
Both of those guys were just like saying how important it always was for them to just have a space, you know, where you could just have people pull up. You know what I mean? Especially like if you're going out to like open mics, networking and stuff like that. You know, you can always be like, yeah, man, pull up to the studio after I'm going to the studio after this, or, you know, pull up
Yep.
sometime. And you know, you can just kind of like get people into like your little, sales funnel. So to
Yeah,
speak,
real.
you know, whether, you know, you're like, yeah, man, come by, I want to play you some beats. Or, you know, you give them a free session and, you know, upsell them on beats or, you know, I mean, whatever it may be, even if it's not like that strategic, but just having a space. Especially I feel like in a major city, it can be hard because here there's a lot more competition. But if you're in a small city, man, you could be big guy or a big fish in a small pond, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's why I think Providence is the perfect spot for that, and it was just right place, right time kind of thing. It's big. It's a good city with a lot of shit going on, but it's not as big as Boston and definitely not as big as New York. I always consider Providence like a really small New York City with there's a lot going on here, but everybody knows everybody kind of thing, especially when you're in a local music scene. Everybody knows everybody. And like you said, those are the kind of things that I was doing too. My band would throw local shows and a lot of people would come out and we would invite people back to the studio. They would see what I had going on. Like, oh, you record? Yeah. Like, how much you charge per hour? I would tell them. And we would link up and some of them would do some studio time. And I would always book it around times where I knew my band wasn't going to be there. So that way those things wouldn't conflict with the band time. Because I was always super aware of just trying not to take away time from the band. So sometimes I would just like, I would sleep at the studio because I was never a morning person. Up until a couple of years ago, I would be up until 6, 7, 8, 9 a.m. every day in the studio. And I would just sleep at the studio because I knew I would book a session at 10 a.m. I would need to be there in order to wake my ass up. So I would just sleep at the studio, wake up, do the session, and maybe chill there for the day or go home after the session and then come back later for band practice or whatever we had going on that day.
So when you took this, when you had this realization that, you know, it was time to focus on you and start building your personal brand, like what sparked that? Were you just watching a lot of Gary Vee or like what
Definitely, bro. I was watching a lot of Gary Vee, a lot of you guys, a lot of Cymatics, a lot of Curtis King, like you name it, the whole producer community. I've been watching and consuming all of it for the past in my everyday life strong for the past 3 years. Anybody that's in the producer community, you know, if you're a producer and you get into watching some videos, you're going to stumble across, you know, 5 to 10 accounts and pages that are just always in there and always doing it. And that's what I did. I just got into it. I started following everybody. I started unfollowing all the bullshit in my feeds. If I was following like stupid meme pages or a fight page or any, like, I would block those kinds of accounts. I would get rid of all that bullshit in my feeds. All of it.
Smart. That's a gem.
You know, and because you start consuming that, even if you don't like those posts, the way the algorithm has always worked, even if you just sit there and watch it, these social media platforms know that, and it's going to show you even more of that stuff. And you kind of are what you consume. Everybody's in their phones nowadays. So the amount of time that you spend in your phone, that shit is going to start to sink into your brain, no matter what it is. If it's negative, positive, it's going to start to sink in subconsciously without you even knowing it. And you're going to become what you consume in your social media.
I agree, man. 100%.
So I've always been a big fan of that. Just trying to get rid of all the bullshit, follow all the value in my niche and out of my niche. Anything that's motivational, I followed, you know, Gary Vee. And I just would take a lot of gems from him, from you guys, Cymatics, Curtis King, and just put them into what I did. And I guess I'm just a combination of everybody that was doing it in the producer community and a little bit outside of the community. Just, I feel like that's that's was the game plan for me, just to consume, and then just put everything into action, put my twist on it, get the branding down, provide value. And I feel like after I had my first kid, I was like, yo, I need to turn this into a real business. I need to turn my music and what I do somehow in some way into a real business, create different revenue streams. It needs to be my life. It needs to be my business, because there's no way I'm going back to working a fucking regular job. Can't do. I couldn't do it.
100%, man. And so the kind of guy you're explaining right now, you know, we see these guys every day, guys and girls that are just like, yo, I want to do this full time. You know what I mean? I want to start doing this and that. And you happen to do that successfully. What and so let's try to get some like actionable steps here. I know you mentioned cutting out the bullshit, you know, taking your time back, you know, from the algorithm and from, you know, pointless social media hours, spending time and stuff. What are some other key things? It's like, yo, you really want to buckle down and build a brand and start making money online.
The biggest thing is providing value in some way. And it's not always, when I say provide value, a lot of people ask, how do I build an audience? How do I build a brand? How do I sell beats? How do I, you know, build a producer community around my brand? It's all in providing value in some way. And you don't always have to teach. That's just the way I got in and what I like to do. If you don't like to do it, then you're not gonna succeed in it. If you don't really love it, no matter what it is, you're not going to succeed in it, because you have to have that passion. So I've always had a passion for teaching people how to do things. Even if it was in the studio, I would just go on rants with studio session clients about how to build yourself on social media. And it would just be like a 15-minute rant of me just trying to like teach them how to do something that I learned to try to better their career. And it's just always been providing value for me. That's the number one thing. And for Instagram, it was providing value in a very short, quick amount of time, because that's the way the platform works on Instagram. It's pretty fast paced compared to YouTube and Twitch. So I just wanted to provide that value as quick as possible and as well as possible.
What's been your like biggest revenue drivers and stuff, like where that these days?
These days, it's because of the types of videos that I've been doing. It's, you know, sponsored videos. Okay. And the course that I put out not too long ago.
The one with Curtis King? The
one with Curtis King, yep.
Okay, dope.
So it's like, yeah, sponsored videos has been like one of the number one things, just because I guess these companies, they see the views, they see the interaction with the producer community, and they just started reaching out to me and they wanted to work. So I would, you know, pick and choose like kind of who I wanted to work with, because I'm still just a one-man team with this stuff, you know, so I couldn't overload it, and I don't want to spread myself too thin and just be like a billboard, you know, with all these different companies, but want to work with companies that I've looked up to for a long time, and work with companies that I believe in, products that I use, that sort of thing. And at the same time, provide value in that, not just be a commercial.
Most definitely.
That's always been big with me too. I always wanted to make sure that I'm not only promoting a product for somebody, but providing a ton of value in that video or post or whatever it is.
Now, where do these brand deals come into play? Like, are you actively, like, do you have to take time out of your day to like seek these deals, or they find you? How do they typically happen?
A little bit of both. You know, with some of them, I just knew that I had to build my brand up big enough. I made that mistake years ago where I started to reach out to people, not for brand deals, but just for anything. And I wasn't providing anything. So I put a stop to that, and I was like, you know what? I have to really, and that was Gary V talking, like, I wasn't providing anything for people. So I was like, yo, how am I going to provide value for people so, you know, I can make a career out of this, and people would just start reaching out to me versus me reaching out to other people. So I kind of just focused on my brand building, my value, and my audience, and just helping the producer community. And then from that, just people started reaching out. it just literally just worked like that. All I did was do my videos every day, provide value, interact with the producer community, help the community as much as I possibly could. And people started reaching out. Every once in a while, I'll reach out to somebody that I feel like I want to work with. I'll reach out. But I never spent a ton of time just, emailing a ton of people, a ton of companies, trying to reach too much. So I would always just wait kind of, and then have people reach out to me. And once in a while, if I see a company that I want to work with, I'll reach out.
100%. And now I know you got your own studio space now. What steps led to that versus just, working from home? Do you still do sessions, or what's going on?
I don't do any in studio sessions anymore. I think just in the last year and a half, I've been just phasing that out because that's the most time consuming thing. I still love working with people, working with artists. But if I do mixing and mastering, it's remotely now. But it's just one of the most time consuming things. And like I said, I'm a one-man team. I do these videos. I edit all my Instagram videos myself. Longer videos, I may outsource the longer YouTube videos. But for the most part, I'm doing everything by myself. And that was the most time consuming thing. And I don't want to sit here and try to charge local artists $150, $200 an hour, because that's just ridiculous. I don't want to do that to people. I mean, I could, but I think my another, going back to the passion, I love teaching people, and I want to teach as many people as possible. And I think social media is the platform to do that. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, etc. So I wanted to focus a little bit more on that.
Okay. Are you doing TikTok?
Here and there, I'm doing some TikToks. I'm trying to. I've had a couple of videos do okay after consuming it for like a year.
Yeah.
But it's hard to provide value to the producer community on there because I think for a while it wasn't there yet. I don't think I think it's there now. There's a lot of producers on there now, and I'm seeing that with some of the videos that I posted. And I was just always trying to find a way to put my spin on those TikToks. So I think I found my way was a little bit of comedy mixed in with producer humor, So I started doing that a little bit, and maybe a couple of quick tutorials on TikTok. But TikTok's tough. I don't want to take too much time away from Instagram because that's where all of my whole audience is there, basically.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to
for sure.
take too much time away from them,
And I feel the same way. That's why we really focus on IG and YouTube, because that's really where our audience is. But at the same time, is like, I see like the growth of Twitch, so I don't wanna let that opportunity pass up. So that's why we've been and we really like been kind of procrastinating on really going all in on Twitch the way I think we should. But also TikTok. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's really tempting because you see how big these platforms get, and you're like, damn, I know we can reach more people. I know we can reach more producers there, but it's one of those things where I try to like not spread myself too thin, but it's really tempting. And you want to reach more people. You want to see that growth expand. For
sure, man. I'm actually interested in the Reelz. And I'm kind of interested in seeing how that plays out, and especially like because there's so much shit with TikTok, like good and bad, what I mean, in the news and all that stuff. But I think like as a platform, they really are like they're the fastest growing platform, right now. And they're everyone's on TikTok, everyone's doing TikToks. So it'll be interesting to see if Instagram wins again the way they won with the whole Snapchat thing.
Yeah, we'll see, man. I don't know if they're still planning on banning TikTok or whatever the case, but
that would be crazy.
That would be nuts, yo. I think with the Reelz situation, I like it. I've been utilizing it a lot. I've found a couple little tricks that you could do with Reelz. That's pretty cool. Not just posting them as a reel, but posting them to your feed. It gives it a boost on top of the natural algorithm that Reelz has. That's sort of like TikTok.
So the same way you can post IGTV, you can post to your feed with the Reelz. Okay.
Yep. So if you post a reel, and for right now anyway, they can only be 15 seconds. Okay. So you got to get real creative with them. And post them to your feed. That way it gives it a boost with your existing audience. And then I feel like it gives it an even bigger push with the stranger audience that's in the real community right now. It's sort of like TikTok, how the For You page works in TikTok. But I think it gives it a boost if you put it to your feed.
No, most definitely. Interested to see what you guys, any successes, wins, and things you guys are doing with TikTok and Reelz right now, and just let us know what your guys' thoughts are on it. If you guys want to jump into the Zoom call too and talk about it, let me know. I'll definitely add you in. So yeah, I mean, honestly, you seem like you'd be a great fit for Twitch, to be honest. Like, with your audience and everything, because like I feel the same way as like how you're saying like, okay, I got my thing going on IG, because that's how I feel like we are with YouTube, and I think that's what's kind of holding us back from really going all in on Twitch, is because it's like, okay, we're doing good live streaming on YouTube, both the morning show and like our team ProducerGrind streams, and it's like, do we just we're doing the simultaneous streams? Like, let's see how many people we got on Twitch right now. Like, I got 29.
Yeah, how do you feel about simultaneous streaming? I always felt like, because do you feel like you have to interact with both audiences? So you feel like, or you just cater to one of them? You know what I'm saying?
I think, well, honestly, right now, I'm like, we're simultaneously streaming to Twitch and YouTube, but I'm 100% neglecting Twitch. My bad, Twitch people on Twitch right now. But I will admit, 100% neglect you. I pretty much only look at the YouTube chat, because it's like, okay, we got 240 people tuning in on YouTube right now versus 29 on Twitch, and that's what I think. I think that it has to be exclusive. So I've talked about, like, we're gonna do some exclusive Twitch streams, but I think we're just kind of like nervous to flop, because it's like,
I know.
Like, we can go live on here and guarantee 100, 200, 300 people, and it's like, okay, if we go on Twitch and we do it, but then I feel like, I don't know, we got to just try it.
I mean, it's another platform that you just have to build up. It's possible.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of building it, just like you did with this. The first time you started to go live on YouTube, same shit basically, just a new thing. But like I was saying earlier, man, I want to do so much. Like you said, you think I'd be a good fit for Twitch. I think so too. I think I would do well on Twitch. I just don't want to jump the gun and burn out on it and just spread myself too thin.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where I may miss the whole Twitch thing, but if I miss it, that's cool, because I at least I know that I'm still catering to my Instagram people every day. At least I know I'm not taking any time away from them. If I can build more of a team that can help me with that sort of thing, and I have more time to still create for Instagram and those followers, then I can do that. I just don't ever want to take away from something that's working 150% right now.
Yeah,
that's
I agree.
About.
But then you want to keep your portfolio diversified too. Not that I don't think Instagram's going to go anywhere anytime soon, because I feel the same way. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I feel like, and then another thing like you could do too is like you could stream on Twitch and you could repurpose little clips and stuff like that. I know it takes a lot of time if you don't have a team. If you don't have a team doing it, it can, it can be overwhelming for sure. Because
definitely,
trust me, I know about spreading myself thin. I know how that shit works.
Yeah, man. We've all been there, bro. It sucks, but I'm looking to expand the team and do a lot more things this year and next year. I've been talking to a lot of different people, a lot of different things. I want to do a lot more of what I've been doing and try a few new things as well. Okay. It's like step by step, and I'll get there. A lot of people want me to do Twitch, want me to do live streams, want me to do longer videos on YouTube. But it's a process, just like anything else. I don't want to do it too quick and be like, man, I got to trash it, and then I never go back to it because I just got burnt out on it. I got spread myself too thin. I don't want to go back to it again. I don't want to feel like that. So I want to plan things properly and eventually get there.
Yeah. No, I get it, man. And I think one of the things about Twitch too is I think and with this YouTube streaming is, at first I overthought it. Like, I was overthinking it. Like, I was, super trying to plan out everything. And I look at the people that are winning. They kind of just like they're winning from just jumping on live and just interacting with people. It's not it doesn't have to be this well planned out show. Even the interviews, I feel like when I do them on here, they're just a little bit more chill. Like it's kind of just like less prep and more just like kind of just having a good conversation and tapping in with the community at the same time.
Yeah, you're right, man. Sometimes we overthink shit. I overthink shit all the time too. All the time.
Yeah, it's easy to do.
Yep.
So what man, what are some realizations that you've had? I mean, obviously, with quarantine and stuff, obviously I think you said you focused on you've learned to focus on your social media and stuff like that. But what you got planned for the near future, man? For the next like 6 to 12 months?
I think I want to do more courses because I feel like that's just the lane that I'm going towards.
Okay.
I want to do more little niche style courses, a lot more free content. I want to do a lot of free presets and stock plugin presets, and I don't want to get too much into the sample game because there's a lot of people like you and Cymatics that are doing that so well that I don't even want to compete with it, and it's just not my lane really.
Okay.
So I just kind of stick it to FL Studio strictly and just do a lot more content around FL Studio and a little bit of just stuff that's a little outside FL Studio, but not anything that's too crazy. But I like the aspect of doing plugin presets and mixer templates and all that stuff that's based around FL Studio. Producers really seem to like that a lot. And there's a lot of FL Studio producers.
Facts.
But I'm also looking into working with different producers on that sort of thing too. So I've been reaching out to different producers and working with them on presets and templates, coming up with some really dope shit. And I want to do some, like I said, some more courses as well. Little niche-based courses like mixing, mastering, arrangements, that sort of thing.
Most definitely, man. Oh man, let's bring some people in for see what kind of live Q&A we got going, man. We got Adrian Rad Beats, bro. Get him in here.
What's up, guys?
Adrian, what's going on, bro?
What up?
Sorry, let me just mute the Twitch. Hey, I'm so glad that you're back, Dylan.
Yes, sir.
And we got Larry. That's so dope.
Larry on the building, man.
A good comeback.
Hey.
It sounds like you were talking about you were like in a new metal band or like Gent. Am I right?
We didn't do too much Gent, but I know Gent. I toured with a band, Volumes, that was Gent. You know Volumes?
Bro.
Yeah.
Those were the homies. Volumes?
Yeah, we did a couple of tours with those guys. They were on the Warped Tour that we were on.
1 second.
They're Gent. We weren't too much Gent. It was like metalcore, hip hop, breakdown stuff, just metalcore basically. Not too much Gent. Gent's like that. For people that don't know, Gent, was it spelled D-J-E-N-T? Gent. It's like off time, different time signatures. It gets pretty wacky. It's like 7-8 time signature, like wild shit. But
yeah. Absolutely. Hey, and R.I.P. to Diego.
Yeah, man, that was so sad. I couldn't believe that when that happened.
No,
he was a
absolutely,
good dude, man. We had a lot of great conversations on Warped Tour.
Yeah, absolutely. And he was even working with some like hip hop people, big hip hop.
Yeah,
people.
He won a Grammy and shit.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yep.
Seems like there's some people that know about Gent in the chat. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, I just started finding you on Instagram recently, and like, yeah, it's definitely consistency that builds up that audience. What do you do to like come up with ideas on what you want to post and stuff? Do you have anything that you use to plan your content?
Most of the time, man, it's just I get to the studio in the morning and I'm like, oh, I gotta make a video. Let me just get some inspiration. I'll go through FL Studio and then just listen to things. I'll go into older beats and see what I did in these beats. And she's like, oh, that'd be a dope idea to do a video on today. Let me do that real quick. And it's really just spur of the moment type of thing now. Last summer when I was doing these, I would kind of stockpile a few of them. But now I have a little bit more going on. So it's really day to day. For the weekends, I might stock a couple videos, because I'm out of the studio on the weekends. But for the most part, it's like day by day. I'm just getting ideas as I go.
Gotcha.
You know?
Well, man, you're good at that, man. I'd have to write everything down, man.
Thanks,
Plan
man.
that stuff
I have
out.
a little list. I do have a little list when I get an idea, like if I'm doing stuff around the house or if I'm like out for a walk or something. If I get an idea, I'll just write it down because I will forget. Like, oh, that'll be dope.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm just like listening to music. Like the video that I just posted the other day was on synth and 808s. I think it was yesterday. I got that because I was listening to a Spotify playlist. I was listening to Rap Caviar, and I was like, yo, I'm hearing this trend where people are using a synth bass a lot, and they're going back and forth between the synth bass into the 808s. So I figured that'd be a dope video to make. Just simple things like that.
You mean like a Reese type bass?
Sort of, yeah, like a Reese type bass. Yeah, I used. I mean, you can if you use FL Studio, you can use like GMS, I think, or I use Silent. There's this cool preset in Silent called Dark Hover.
Oh, okay.
That sounds really cool. That I use every time I want like a synth bass. I go straight to Silent and I use that.
Yeah, I need to check out Silent sometime. I don't have it. But I do like the sounds from like Yuhi Diva.
Yeah,
that has a really nice like setup for that stuff, and I have the Arturia Lab collection, so like the little mini V3 is pretty dope.
Hell yeah, yeah, man, I love Silent. I think
Silent is an OG plugin.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
man, I've had it for a long time. I did the rent to own. It's one of the only plugins you can really do rent to own
on Splice.
I didn't even do it on Splice. I think I did it on theirs. It was.
Oh wow.
Was it made by Linear? Something called Linear,
Okay.
Linear. I think that's what it's called. But if you go on their site, I believe they do rent to own. I don't know about. I'm not on Splice, so I'm not really sure if they do it.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah. Lennar Digital. Let me see.
Lennar, Lennar Digital.
Yeah,
that's what.
Yeah,
it is.
$10
So, yeah,
a month.
Yep, $10 a month, and it's rent to own. It's not like an ongoing subscription. At least from the last time I did it, it's not.
Are you a serum guy at all?
Not too heavy, bro. I'm a preset guy. I have serum. I love it. I use other people's presets, and just I'm not like a real good sound designer at all. I'm a preset and tweak kind of dude. You know, I
think a lot of us start that way too.
Yeah. It was just never one of those things I was really passionate about. I just wanted to get a sound that sounded really good and use it and make the beat quick. I want it to be as quick as possible. I'm always about speed. I want to be as quick as possible with it.
Yeah, because then you start losing that motivation and that creativity. And
yep. But some people have that passion. Some people have that passion. I've met dudes locally and internationally that are great at sound design, and they have a huge passion for it, and they can just sit there for hours and create a sound from scratch, and it's the most dope original sound I ever heard in my life. But I've always been just a speed kind of dude, and just get right into it, find a dope preset, tweak it, maybe throw some EQ on it, throw some plugins on it if it needs it, and go from there. Sound design's a whole nother game.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of dig into that because I did learn synthesis. Like I have a Korg mini log, so definitely spent a lot of time learning with like the knobs. It's really different as opposed to like clicking and dragging.
Yeah, when you have the physical thing in front of you. You're talking about like a physical synth in front, like a real synth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done that, bro. That would be awesome to figure out. I would love to do it. I've just never been around anybody that had synths like that. I never was a synth collector.
I feel like you have a lot of fun with it, bro. You got to get one because, like, Adrian, do you have one? Like, do you hook it up like through MIDI on your FL?
I don't have. You know what, Dylan? I'm actually gonna go to Sam Ash and get like a MIDI cable because I'm gonna do that now.
Bro, it's so fire. You can literally you can build melodies in the piano roll and it will play on the synth.
Yeah.
And live in real time, but then you just route the audio into your interface so you can record it. It's so crazy, bro. You know what I'm talking about, right, Larry?
Yeah, that's wild, man.
Yeah, that shit is fun.
If I got my hand on something like that, I'd become obsessed with it. I'd probably be locked in for hours messing around with those things.
Yo, and another dope thing too. So I got this, and I'm not sponsored by these guys. So I got this like this Korg vocal, right? And you can literally go on. There's like presets on online for it, and you can literally drag and drop them once you have the MIDI cord hooked up. You can drag and drop presets onto here. So like this has like a bunch of custom presets on it, and then like I said, like you can build shit in the piano roll because you can't play nothing on these little tiny little keys, but.
No, yeah, that's a dope little synth you got there.
And do you have to map it in any way, or it just works as MIDI?
No, it works as MIDI. Like you go into FL and you pull up. I think it's called like a MIDI out or something like that. And it just like you're pulling up like a VST, and then I think you just map it like 1-to-1 or something like that. And literally like whatever, like the piano roll just maps perfectly to the the piano roll inside the VST, and then all you do is you hook up the audio out into your input, one of your inputs on your interface, or you can go into 2 inputs and do it like stereo. And then all you do is in FL, you just assign one of the mixer channels inputs as that, and then you can just literally record into Edison, or you can record right into the timeline. It's fire.
Wow. That's fire.
Super dope.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Larry, I wanted to ask you something too about sonic branding, because I know that when I first found you on Instagram, I heard the "you get me," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then another video, "you get me," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then it finally like really latched on to me. Yep. Like, what do you have any advice for sonic branding or?
Again, I kind of just. That became an inside joke with me and one of my friends and artists that I work with. His name is Peter Piffin. It was just like an inside joke that we had because a lot of people say that it comes from the UK, and that's kind of where we got it from. You know, the dude that does The Man's Not Hot.
Oh yeah.
That dude, he's like a variety comedian apparently, and he has a show that we were watching, and he was doing some other character, and he was using the "you get me" a lot. And then it just kind of made its way into like our conversations, and we would just laugh about it and use it in conversations. And I just kind of put it in my voice and just started saying it in posts. I would just write it in text all the time, just, to be funny and for branding. I wasn't even really thinking about branding, but at the same time, like it just became a part of my brand. And people started saying it back to me. When I met up with people at shows, I would see people at shows and they would say, "You get me, yo, you get me." So then I just kind of ran with it from there and just put it in my post, and I kind of ripped it off from Gary V, the way he started using his sonic branding with his logo pop up same way. I just really just took my logo that I made. I mean, that I had made for me. My boy Kai made it. And I just, put the spin on it in the video app that I use, and dropped the "you get me" drop in there, and basically just copied how Gary V does his sonic branding and just stuck with it. So now it's just a part of everything that I put out there, between the logo and the sonic branding, the phrase. It's pretty much, it's in every video that I do. And at first people were like, "Oh, that's just whack, corny, that's cheesy." I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't care.
That shit's working. Yeah, that shit's working. Larry, and, have you ever tried selling beats online?
I did, but I still do. I still have a BeatStars page. I don't put a ton of focus on it. It's kind of just there whenever because with the videos that I do make a ton of beats still. And once in a while, I'll be like, "Yo, man, I'm like neglecting my BeatStars page." So I'll just dump a bunch of beats on there, and maybe I'll post a story post about it or something. But it's not my primary focus.
Okay.
But before, it's still a revenue stream for me, though. A lot of people hit me up for custom beats. They see my videos and they'll just hit me up. But it's not something that I promote heavy, because I know my audience is almost all producers. But, every once in a while, you get the occasional artist that hits me up. And I still work with every artist that would hit me up and want a custom beat made. For sure, I still do that. But I don't put, all my focus on that. It used to be the only couple of streams of revenue that I had were selling beats and studio time. Those are like the only 2 revenue streams I had for the longest time. And they were in person 9 times out of 10. It wasn't online at all. Nothing. I wasn't, I was like we were talking about earlier, I wasn't doing any social media. really for my brand and my business. So it was all in person and local for the most, 9 times out of 10, 99% of the time, it's local people, local artists that I was working with.
Most definitely. And did you do the funnel stuff for selling beats online at all, or?
No, I've never done the funnel stuff.
Okay, I thought you were tapped in with Gabe in there.
Yeah, I've done some stuff with Gabe. We've done some podcasts and and we've had some content online together.
Okay.
I was pushing it for him too, because I like the idea of what he's doing. So I was pushing it a little bit for him. I think I have a link in my bio for it, or I did at one point.
Okay.
But his system's crazy the way he's got that set up.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. Not gonna lie.
It's interesting. I wanted to apply that to what I do for courses in some way, with some changes. I don't know too much about it. I don't have a ClickFunnels account yet. Okay. I want to get one. I want to see what it's about. And I want to, because you can fine tune it. Have you ever done it? Do you do the funnel thing for anything you do?
Yeah, I've had one before. It's been a minute though. We did them for all our events. We've used it, and then I also had like a Photoshop like course kind of thing for a while.
That's cool. Yep. I know we have, for the course that I have with Curtis King, it's a ClickFunnels page.
Okay.
But it's not set up like a real funnel would be set up. It's more or less just a landing page. Yeah.
It's not like sign up for a free training and then there's an upsell kind of thing. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's not like that. It's done through ClickFunnels, because I think they have a really good system of how to create a website and a landing page, and buttons and the way the text is outlined and how you can draw pictures. I think it's a really cool template. That's the main reason I want to get into it for the next things, for the next courses that I put out. I think it's really good for that.
For sure.
Or Shopify. How do you feel about doing that stuff on Shopify?
Oh, I love Shopify, man. And that's we just switched over from WordPress to Shopify in January, and there's dope landing page builders in there and everything. I love Shopify, man.
Shopify also has a pretty good integration with MailChimp. I'm not sure who you're using for your mail, but I remember when I was working for MailChimp, that was like something that they were always like pretty proud of.
Yeah, man, so Shopify is my fire integration.
Yeah, I used to just like take in the chats and the emails of people needing help with like their campaigns, people having issues with like their email, and yeah.
Did you do that?
We might have to talk after.
Hey, we got each other's DM in Instagram. What was that, Dylan?
Yeah. Did you do that remotely?
Yeah, I did it remotely. So I wasn't in ATL, but
that's where they're in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I've seen they got billboards here in Atlanta, but I gotta pull up on them,
man. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna show you something from them.
Okay, say less. So you use MailChimp, Larry?
I just left MailChimp, but I'm thinking about either going back or switching to somebody else. I don't know, man.
What'd you go to?
I went to Aweber, so I'm on Aweber right now, and I don't know how I feel about it. I think I'm landing in promotions too much. This is the thing that I come to when I'm just a one-man operation.
Yeah.
I have to be focusing as much as I should on email marketing, which I built, a really good list over the last year, over the last maybe even 6 months, because I didn't do it right away. I didn't do it for a long time. That was somebody that really pushed email marketing on me, was Steven from Cymatics. And he's like, yo, man, you got to build an email list, dude. He's like, you don't have an email list? He's like, build that email list. It'll change your life.
No, that's a fact.
These are little MailChimp monkeys that I got when I was working for them.
That's little,
with the heart butt cheeks.
The MailChimp merch.
And then this one is an icy like clear one, but I'm not gonna take it out. Man, J-Myth always tell me that I'm flexing.
You got the MailChimp flex.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. You should hit me up after. I got a couple of questions for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm totally down for that.
Yeah, man.
I had one last question for you guys, because I'm sure we got other people waiting. I really love learning from like ProducerGrind and from you, Larry, and from like Reed Stefan, Realist Puppet in the Game, Beat Academy. I love watching tutorial videos, and I want to start doing tutorial videos myself because I like giving back knowledge that I've gained. Because I know, like, I'm sure all of y'all know, like, to learn, you got to research a lot and like scroll through a lot of crappy videos.
Sure.
So like, basically, I'm asking like, how do y'all get started on doing videos, like software wise? What do y'all use?
Dylan, you want to go first, or you want me to go?
Go ahead.
Bro, I'm all in my phone. So when I first started doing, and still now to this day, just before this, I was editing a video in my phone for Instagram. So I'll screen record through OBS. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know OBS. It's free. I use OBS to screen record. It gets the audio, gets the video. I'll dump it into my Google Drive account and then pull it from Google Drive into this app. This app is a gem. If you use an iPhone and you want to do quick video editing, and it's really good video editing, it's called Videoleap.
Videoleap.
Leap. Videoleap. And it's the program, it's the app that I've been using for at least 2 years now. Before I started doing the tutorials, I was still editing beat making videos and beat performing videos on there as well. It has all the features, like it's like a mini Premiere.
Final Cut,
really.
yeah, it's like a mini Final Cut. That's crazy.
It's so dope, bro.
And so you can do like your zoom ins and all that stuff in it.
Everything. So you could do keyframing. I do my voiceovers through the app, bro. I'm giving away all of it. I'm giving away all the secrets.
All the songs.
So,
Damn, that's crazy.
About,
I thought you were editing this shit in like Final Cut or Premiere. That's crazy.
Nope. So yeah.
Wow. That, yes, sir. That's a gem right there.
Gem sound effect. So
that's fire.
I'm all about there's no secrets. I'm all about no secrets. Hashtag no secrets. People are like, oh, you're giving away too many secrets. You're giving away all the gems, bro. You're giving away. I'm like, and
Who is Jay Beats has this producer community IG. What's it called, Dylan? Do you remember?
What?
He has an Instagram for like producers as well. Who is Jay Beats?
Oh, but, yeah, something he's doing with his manager. It's called like producer development. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. He had posted something the other day that was like producers that don't give away the sauce have a limited amount of sauce.
Oh no,
True.
we posted that.
Oh, y'all posted that. Okay,
yeah.
my bad.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I agree with that 150%, man. Because people act like they created the sauce. It's like you going to buy. It's like you going to buy sauce. If you want to talk about sauce, going to the supermarket, buying the sauce, and saying, "I'm not sharing this with anybody. I'm not like I made this sauce. I created this." Even though you went and you bought it at the market. It's like the same things that they're holding on to as secrets are the same things that you could go anywhere and watch for free, and that it's not like they invented a technique. 9 times out of 10, they watch somebody else do it. They learn from somebody else. And I think it's just super selfish, and it's just weird to me that people will hold on to these things like they're secrets when they just, they learned it on the internet just like everybody else did.
Absolutely.
That's strange.
Yes, Justin said scarcity mindset.
Yeah, I don't understand that mentality at all. I never have. I've always, if I learned from something from the internet and I put it into my workflow and I utilize that technique and maybe I'll tweak little things about it that I like, I'm 100% sharing it with other people. Especially nowadays where I'm looking for things to share with people because of the way I built my platform on Instagram and YouTube. So I'm looking for more things. I'm the complete opposite. I'm like, yo, what can I share today? What haven't I shared yet? Or what can I share again in a different way, different technique?
Most definitely.
Absolutely. So what about you, Dylan? What do y'all use for the videos?
I
use Camtasia for screen record stuff.
I never heard of that.
OBS is good too. Yeah, Camtasia is really dope. They make it pretty easy to edit and stuff. They've
been around for a minute.
Yeah. I know Final Cut. And I've never really used Premiere, but I'm pretty strong in Final Cut. But yeah, man, if you got OBS and Final Cut, or if you just got Camtasia, you know what I mean, as far as computer, you're good. But shit, this Videoleap, after seeing Larry's video and hearing him talk about this Videoleap, that shit seems like the move, and it's free.
Yeah, it's free, but you're limited.
Okay.
But for a year subscription, I think I paid, and I'm not sponsored by them at all, so don't.
Yeah.
But for a year subscription, I think I paid $35 for a whole year subscription.
Yeah.
And that's
it's like $3 a month.
I use it multiple times a day, every single day.
Wow.
So 100% worth it to me. And I can edit videos anywhere with, you know, everything in my cloud, my Google Drive. I can edit wherever I am at any time of the day. I just love the convenience of it. I tried doing things on my computer at one point with Premiere. I can figure it out somewhat because I'm not too much of a video guy, but it was just too much for me. For some reason, I just feel a lot more comfortable with editing in my phone. You know.
Most definitely.
That's dope. I'm gonna let the other people hop in. Thanks for your time, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks for all the gems. Me and Larry we'll hit up each other. So talk about that MailChimp and stuff.
Hell yeah.
But, y'all peace out.
Later, bro.
Say less, bro. Let's see. Antic, what's good, bro?
Yo. What up? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on, bro?
The fire, man. I'm doing good. Antic's actually my mom's name. She was just using my computer.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, it's all good. First off, thank you, Dylan, for having me in here. Larry, thank you for so much for being here too. It means definitely a lot. I just have some stuff written down here. That's why I'm looking down. Larry, you post I see on your Instagram, you post really high quality videos. And not only they're just high quality videos, but if you look at the timestamps, these are every day, consistently every day, multiple times. And they're full of strong tips and just production tips in general. So you're already very, very important to producer community, whether you're in FL or Logic, Ableton, no matter what, you're already really, really important for these quick gems. I just really like to learn from an expert, especially from the IG side. I just wanted to pretty much know, I already got a glimpse of your routine when you say that you go to the studio and you pretty much, you go there by the day-to-day, see what beats you have. Sometimes you already have a list. But I wanted to know really just two questions. One, what are your goals for the next foreseeable future? What does Larry want to do? After this podcast, heading out, what is the next few steps that you want to pretty much endeavor, your next interests?
I said it a little bit earlier. I think more courses. I want to teach. I want to reach more people. You know, I want to build my platform even bigger. I want to reach more producers. I want to teach as much as possible. I bounced the idea around of, you know, after this whole COVID shit is done, to possibly maybe go around the country, meet with producers if I can make that a thing. I'll definitely look into doing that. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a while. More virtual learning, more courses, like I said. Just providing as much value as I possibly can to the producer community. That's really, at the end of the day, that's the only goal I have. I don't look too far into the future. I never really have. I've always been more of what can I do this week? What can I do in the next few days? That kind of thing.
Okay, so it's more so, because I remember you saying networking with other producers, but it's more so linking with more producers to push more of your education on your platforms. That makes sense? Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to collab with other producers in the community as well. I like to collab, you know how I collabed with Curtis King on the first course I ever did.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So just
that sort of thing. I like working with other people. I feel like it's, especially with me and Curtis, it was such a perfect match for what we were trying to do.
Right. Okay. That works. Yeah, because the collab, it's just seeing that it really helps out with putting out more gems. Last but not least, just what would be your best advice for growing specifically your platform on IG? Since you're the content creator, and you mentioned earlier, not everybody has to be a teacher. Not everybody's meant to be an educator. But I know that there are some essential principles that you've probably stuck by and you're mad disciplined in? Because like I said, you can see literally every day it's a whole new video with like new content with like high quality. So I'm just wondering, what would be your best advice for that?
I mean, just focus on like what you're good at. What do you like to do the most? Are you funny around your friends? Do you make a lot of people laugh all the time? What are some of the characteristics that you have that makes you stand out in a group of people or in a group of producers? Because at the end of the day, I'm just teaching, but I'm sprinkling in my personality, you know, with the you get me thing. It's funny, it's fun to say, it's fun to comment. Just kind of sprinkling in my personality on teaching. So somebody else could do the same thing within the producer community. I've seen a lot of people do it. I forget one of the accounts like does it so well. I think his name's Burrell. You guys know? I mean, maybe let me know in the chat if anybody knows. I think his name's like I Am Burrell. He does it, and he's hilarious. But he does little skits all by himself. He's in his home studio, and I think he started out on TikTok, but he posted them to IG as well. And he just has like comedy skits with himself as if he's a producer and the artist at the same time. And he goes back and forth with himself, and it's just funny producer humor. So that's how he's providing value. And he's promoting his beats and his songs at the same exact time. So he's providing value in the sense that it's comedy, it's entertainment for somebody. So that's valuable to somebody to sit there and just for a minute take that 1 minute out of their day. That brings value to them. It brings humor to them.
I really think, and I don't want to be too long with it because I know we have someone else in the chat. I think I was more so asking, besides the actual content itself, how you're getting that content to outreach more to people, because you could spend a lot of energy with your time with editing and putting all of your personality on there. But when it comes to marketing it and getting it, outreaching it to a whole new audience that could probably eventually convert into whether it's sales or whether just followers, influence, how did you outreach them, and what is your best advice for getting people?
I know what you mean now. Yep. So for me, it's posting. So I would just post as consistent as I could at first. But the major thing, I think, the major reason that my posts started to really take off and get a lot of views was the hashtags at the beginning. Okay. So I studied hashtags like crazy. I would study how people used how their hashtags, the little niche hashtags that they use, how broad they were, how many they were, how long each one was, the style that they put them in. Did they put them in the post? Did they put them in the comments? I studied like every little thing about the hashtags, and right. I still, to this day, I still play around with the hashtags. But the main thing that I came across is that I use between I found that people use between 20 and 30, and they're very niche oriented hashtags. But the real gem in that is the fact that they use small, medium, and large trending hashtags in their niche. So say if I post a video on Instagram this morning and it's about how to make your 808 slap, I'm going to use hashtag 808, hashtag 808s with an S, hashtag beat makers, hashtag beat making. I'm going to go and search each hashtag and see how many posts are on that hashtag. So I'm going to use hashtags that are between like 5 and 10,000, which is pretty small. And then I'm going to use ones that are between 20 and 50,000. And then in the millions, I'm going to use a variety of all those different styles of hashtags. Because if you start, what I started to do and what I started to notice when I was first posting these videos is that I was trending in the small and the medium hashtags. And then from there, because they were doing so well in those, I started trending and becoming top video in the huge hashtags, even though I had a smaller account, maybe at that time, 10,000 followers or so.
Man, I've always slept on hashtags, man. I rarely use them.
I can give all the credit to the hashtags because
wow.
I mean, the content has to be there. Like the content has to be great.
Yeah, I feel you.
Has to be great. You can't just think I'm going to post a picture of me in the studio and it's going to blow up because I have the right hashtags. The content has to be really good and really valuable. And the hashtags it gives it that audience. It gives it that
that view. It gives it a chance to get viewed by somebody, and then it gives it a bigger chance for people to interact with it, comment, and that boosts it even more in the algorithm. But I think if I go back into my insights and I really look at what, like, the reasons why certain posts blew up is because they did really good in the hashtags, and then the hashtags, I could be wrong, so somebody correct me, but my opinion, my theory is that when they do really well in the hashtags, they get put into the explore page and they start to do crazy numbers in the explore page. I've always seen that the numbers from posts that have blown up on my page, that the explore was the biggest thing.
Okay, that makes sense. That was everything I had to ask. Thank you, man, for all that.
No problem, bro.
Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Dominique, what's going on, bro?
What's going on? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Welcome to the morning show.
Oh, hey, appreciate it, man. Hey, first off, I gotta thank you, Dylan, man. You the GOAT, dog. You just want to be GOAT, goddammit. Big Larry, I just one thing that stuck out to me, you said you was from Rhode Island.
Yep.
I was born in Rhode Island. I just want to know, what side of town you from?
I'm from Providence. Right now, I'm like on the north end. Like, do you know Providence well?
Somewhat, because I was raised in Columbus, Georgia, but I went up there for a hot second to stay there. But I think that's some South area. But I know I was born around the Hartford area.
Oh, Hartford, like Hartford Ave?
Yeah.
Yep, I know Hartford Ave. I've been all around, bro. Providence is tiny, you know that. Providence is small, so I've been all around. I've been in Olneyville. I've been in, the north end, the south side. I grew up. I went to Mount Pleasant High School.
Oh, you went to Mount Pleasant? Yeah, I had a lot of family that went to Mount Pleasant and classical. All that. That's what's up, man. Honestly, that's really I want to know. Like, you keep on doing what you're doing, and I actually did catch on to that your famous thing, and that's what brought me to you. And then when I seen you was gonna be on the ProducerGrind today, I was like, oh snap, that's old buddy that be saying that little thing. So let me go ahead and check it. Let me check out Holmes. But actually no, I do have one more question. As y'all can see, I'm a little bit of a trucker. So, but a lot of my time is
CDL gang in the chat. They're saying CDL gang.
Yes, sir.
I noticed that right when we hopped on. I was like, "That looks like a truck."
Oh yeah, big truck, yeah. But I'm currently in Florida right now. But I was just saying, because majority of my day is really taken up with this truck, and it's like when I get done with this truck driving, I be like on smash. I'll be about to fall asleep on the wheel and whatnot. But like, how is there any tips like y'all can give to like more so of trying to create better content with your music and actually having enough juice in your body to do any damn thing? Like,
if I were you, you're a producer. You're a producer,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So if I were you, I would incorporate truck driving into production. That's you. That's what you do. I would incorporate that, so you wouldn't even have to say, "Oh man, at the end of my day, what am I gonna do for some content? What am I gonna do for some beats? How am I gonna make some beats? Make a beat out of truck sounds. You're in the truck all day. Do something. Incorporate your truck driving and your everyday life into your production side of things. I think just add more of, like, I was going back to what I was saying earlier. What do you do that makes you stand out from somebody else? What's cool about you? I think what's cool about you already is that you drive a truck all day. That's super interesting to me. How can you incorporate that with beat making in some way to save you a lot of time, because most of your day is taken up driving your truck, but you're a producer as well.
All right. Okay.
So there's definitely something in there, bro. You gotta bring it out. Try a lot of different things, man. It's just
what's your goal? what's your goal, man? What are you looking to do with your music production? Because there's so many different paths and ways you can take.
Exactly.
Well, honestly, one of my goals is to kind of be where Larry's sitting at. Big Dylan gonna be interviewing me after a while, but
yeah.
I kind of want pretty much the same thing most people want, just to be known and to be, have their vision seen and through the music, and actually make a standpoint in the game, just trying to, get that level up that rank, you know what I'm saying?
I understand. So, I mean, when I say as far as past, like, are you looking to do like the industry placement route? Are you looking to grow with artists, have your own label? Are you looking to do the online route, selling beats online? Are you looking to do more like Larry Ohh, like producer content? Like, what kind of path? What do you see yourself?
I don't consider myself too much of a talker, but I can flap my guns a little bit. But it just depends on the moment. But I probably wouldn't be doing no tutorials and nothing like that, because I'm just really not that good with the camera. Like, I ain't gonna lie, my heart's pounding right now just looking at my ugly ass in this damn camera view
that's
right
okay.
now.
That's fine. That just means that that's not your path. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Yeah, but I do. So just. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. It's a truck bagging up near my shit. I'm trying to make sure he ain't trying to kick my shit. But I'm more so of I just want to dibble into all of it, really. Just take. I know it's gonna take time and everything. I really want to dabble into everything. Not more so like the tutorials and stuff like that, but as far as like anything that can get my music seen, heard, and appreciated, that I'm gonna kind of slide towards that range. I just, being in this truck, and it be hard trying to figure out how I can do everything, because it's like I have so many great ass ideas when I'm driving, and I be watching producer. I kid you not. When I started this career, I started watching ProducerGrind, and that's what kind of gets me through the days. That's and fine. I'm like, man, I got to find me something. You know what I'm saying? I got to find my niche. I'm trying to find my niche. And I notice I'm a bit of a nut or whatever. So I have, a good tendency to make people laugh and giggle and whatnot. So I thought maybe if I was to come up with some visual content, maybe that it'll probably revolve around like me doing some comedy skits / hey, check this beat out type shit. But
yeah,
I really just want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to make it, just to wrap it all in a nutshell, I just want to make it, you know what I'm saying? Get my vision seen and heard.
I'd say that I'm just hearing a couple of things, and I'm reflecting back to you. I'm definitely getting that time is an issue. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of your time is taken up driving, and when you do have time that you're not driving, a lot of times you're kind of burnt out, you're kind of tired. And then I'm also getting the fact that you kind of are real early on as far as knowing what path you want to take, and it seems like you need to do some experimenting and you need to just try some things to really kind of figure out what you're gravitating to and what you're having the most fun with and what you're getting the most out of, both an enjoyment and return on your time. I think right now I would just focus, like, I don't know, I haven't heard your beats, but I would focus on literally, like, whenever you have that time and you're feeling motivated, hopefully it's a little bit of time every day, is to just make beats, man. Focus on making beats and cooking up. I think how long have you been making beats? Like, seriously?
Seriously, I would say kind of like a 6 months range, just to be like completely honest. Like, I've dibbled and dabbled before, but it was always with demo. So, you know, I couldn't, you know, you can't really do
right.
much shit with the demo. So it's like, you know, you're limited. But when I got in, it's really when I kind of got into this job, which was back in May. That's when I kind of like, I was able to really pay for the ish that I'm doing now. You know,
Right.
I've since from when I started and where I'm at now, I've seen a big change, you know what I'm saying? And I got to shout out the every single pack that Dylan got on that website. Y'all
Yes, sir.
that. Go cop that. Go cop it. If you, I don't care if your mother's in the hospital. Go cop the motherfucker. Nah, for real, man. If your mom in the hospital, man, go check on your mom. But you know, if she's good, go cop that motherfucker. But you know, and when I've been since I got on here and I've been checking you out, and I kind of grabbed, you know what I'm saying, quite a few of the packs, and it's giving me a lot more, you know, things to try and do, and you know, different things to switch up on with my music and whatnot. Like I done got into it. At first I started off with just trap, and then I kind of slid into R&B a little bit. So it's like I'm trying to, you know, upgrade the you know, the credits, you know, my little credits that I got, trying to upgrade that. So it's like, yeah, you know, y'all kind of started me really being serious, but I'm at the point now where I'm kind of ready to come up off of this truck and just stomp this shit real full force. Like I don't even want to see no damn Kenworth. I don't want to see this shit no more. Like I don't even want to do it. Like it's not for me. I'm not happy out here.
Well, use that as driving. Use that as drive, man. Use that as motivation to drive you. I mean, I wouldn't just say quit the trucking right now and go all in on this music shit and hopefully it works out. I think, you know, only being 6 months in, man, I think take the next year to a year and a half and just, like I said, in all your downtime, make beats and get better at making beats and just focus on that. Don't be in a rush to monetize it. Don't be in a rush to, you know, try to send out for placements, man. I say take this next year to a year and a half and just get as dope as you can and use all your downtime to make beats. And you can document that little by little as you go, you know what I mean, on Instagram, little clips here and there, and kind of get used to that kind of stuff. And then after that year to a year and a half, and you're really dope at making beats and you've tried, you know, some things, maybe now try a little bit more, maybe try, you know, the online beat sound thing, maybe try, you know, sending stuff out for placements, pulling up on producers and collab and paying to collab, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. But I think don't be in a rush. I think just have fun with it at the end of the day. Make your beats and get dope at making beats. Larry, what would you say to that?
I agree 150%. Just it takes time. You got to try a lot of different things. You have to experiment. You're really early on into it too. You have a lot of time, bro. So just don't, like, you know, up and leave your job. I would think find time in your day, in your current routine, to add, you know, something little by little. You know, don't just say I have to go all in 150%. You do have a full-time job, so you do have to find some time, and you are going to get burnt out a little bit some here and there, but experiment with different things. Just consume social media, see what the current trends are, watch a lot of, like you already watch a lot of videos in the from ProducerGrind, so I'm sure you know. Try out, if you said you might not want to do tutorials, try out some beat making videos. You just say you're really just going to have to try out a bunch of different things, and you're gonna fail at a lot of them. So, or you're gonna find out that you really don't like a lot of them. But you have to just kind of go through those and find the things that you don't like to finally get to the thing that you love to do and that you can continue doing for the rest of your life.
Yeah, because there's so many. I was 8 or 9 years in, like from like really 10 years in, from first like opening FL to like really actually not having to have a job and making money. I was like literally 9-10 years of doing it, bro. And I'm not saying I'm not saying it has to take you that long, but I think you just need to spend more time, you know, just enjoying yourself, making beats, learning the program, and knowing FL like the back of your hand, and being able to whip up on the spot anytime. Like I'm saying, all this is going without hearing your beats, but you know, just judging
Yeah.
off of 6 months, I know that you know, man, there's still a lot more to be done and learned.
Oh yeah.
Right. All right, well, I ain't gonna hold up too much time. I know I was getting that old buddy for being in there
Oh
too
damn,
long.
man, you
I
seem
ain't got
down now.
long
You
with it.
seem down like that wasn't like that wasn't what you wanted to hear.
Huh?
I said
No.
you seem.
No. Man, I take everything in great stride, man. The fact that I'm even sitting in a box with you, man, that's a big accomplishment on my end. Cause I ain't think I'd never get seen to even get in here. I ain't got no producer name on my profile, so it's like, oh, this is just regular Joe Schmo. Oh man, let's get homeboy with beats in his name. Get him in there. You know, I didn't think I was gonna get shot.
Nah,
You know,
you
I
good,
didn't
bro.
think I was gonna get a shot, but you know, I really appreciate it, man. You know, I feel like, you know, I'm part of the family here. You damn near my boss, man, CEO. Like shit. If I don't make it to the morning show, I feel like I done missed a day of work. Like, and
Nah,
shit, I
facts.
feel like I've been off for the last week since you've been gone. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Hey, I appreciate
But
the
yeah,
love, man, for real.
hey man, no problem, man. And Larry, man, do your thing. CEO, do your thing. And everybody in the chat, man,
What's your
strive for your
IG?
purpose,
What's
man.
your IG? They're asking for your IG. What's your IG?
Right now I'm actually in the works of setting all my producer type of IG up. Like I just got a personal IG. I like I said, I kind of just started getting onto this and really trying to set it up to do what I need to do. So I ain't really nothing up right now, but I mean my personal IG, it don't have no music on it, but I mean you can go check it out. Ain't really nothing on it, but it's at Fuck Your Sauce with fucking spelled with 2 C's instead of, you know, the CK. But I mean, right now, like I said, right now I don't have no content. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to figure out how to do all that, and I'm just learning. I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in the learning phase. You know, I know I ain't, you know what I'm saying, up there yet with all the greats and whatnot, but you know, it soon too shall come. It shall come.
Takes time, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. Maybe I catch some couple more people up in here, man. Y'all ask y'all questions, man. Get your shit answered, man.
Say less, man.
Y'all take it easy.
Appreciate you tapping in, bro.
Yes, sir. You get up out of this motherfucker.
Larry, man. So man, I appreciate your time this morning. Appreciate the gems, man. I guess last thing I always like to ask is what's the best homework you could give everyone right now after this stream for the rest of the day, or just, you know, in general, what's the best piece of advice and actionable steps you can give everyone?
I know for any producer that's just trying to make a living off of music, I think, how can you provide value? If it's to an artist, how can you provide value to those artists? Building your brand. If you're trying to go towards the producer community, how can you provide value to that community? Just figure out your goals. Like Dylan, like your question is always, what are your goals? Literally just make a list of what your goals are in life, or even for the next 6 months. What do you want to do in the next 6 months? Figure out what you need to do, where you're at in the game, and be real with yourself. Are you early on? Am I 6 months in? Am I a year in? Sometimes you have to realize that things take time. You can't rush. A lot of people are in a rush, and these things take time. You said it took you 8 or 9 years to start making a real living off of it. Same thing with me. I think it took me even longer to start making a real living where it made a difference in my life. It took me maybe 13 years to do that, and being in music and around it. So things take time. I'm not saying it's going to take you 13 years, because that can sound kind of discouraging, but that's just what it is. That just goes to show you that you have to really love what you do in order to get those 10 years in order to get those 9 years in. You obviously have to really love what you're doing. Yeah. But it can be done, and it's being done all the time. Anybody can do it. You just have to have the right mindset for it.
Facts, man. If you're just in it for the money, man, pick something where you can get to money quicker. Like start trading stocks or some shit like that.
Yeah.
do something with finance where you can get money quicker. If that's if that's your main goal. But but if you really love this shit and you're just down for the ride, man, then you know, just be ready to put in that time.
Real.
But there are anomalies. There are people that that have gone crazy overnight. But look at the odds of that. Like what not saying you can't do it if you don't put your mind to it, but we're talking about one in 10,000, 1 in a million as far as overnight success.
And I think I've never really experienced that overnight success, but I'd like to think that I would rather have it the way I'm doing it now. And I don't know about you, but I think that overnight success, it can also be gone overnight too. You see it happen a lot with different artists that just pop up overnight and they're gone in 6 months. They have that one song and you're like, yo, it would be so dope to have that one song or that one beat that hit. That overnight success, as fast as it comes, is as fast as it can go as well. So 100%. I think I love the long build, the growth in just the career that I've had so far, the things that I've learned. You can't learn in 6 months. Right. You can't learn in just a year. It takes 10 years to learn those things.
Most definitely, man. Hey, Larry, man, we appreciate you again, man. For everyone, man, go follow Larry Ohh. It's just LarryOhh or OHH on IG and stuff, right?
Yep, on everything. Yep,
most definitely.
Larry Ohh on everything.
Let me pull it up right here, man, so you guys go tap in with Larry. What's the best, like, for people that, like, people are always like, oh, can I hit you up and send you this, or can we do this? What's the best, like, proposition for someone to hit you? Like, what are you looking for, like, as far as value being brought to you, if someone, like, were to hit you up?
Right now, I'm looking for producers that are well-rounded in FL Studio, because I'm looking to collab with producers that can, like I said earlier, can create presets, templates, all that good stuff. So that's one of the things. Somebody hits me up and says, yo, man, I saw your story post. Here's 10 presets. Check them out. Let me know what you think. That's providing value to me right there. And in return, I can provide some type of value, whether it's monetary or promotional. So that's the type of thing that I'm looking for right now as far as the business side of things go.
Most definitely, man.
And DMs and emails, I look at pretty much everything. I look at all my DMs.
Most definitely, man. Make sure you guys go hit Larry with that value, man. But appreciate you again, bro. And we'll definitely tap back in. And man, we gotta do some other content. We gotta collab on something, man. So
yeah, man. Definitely. I'm down for it.
All right, though, my bro, man.
I appreciate you having me on, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, man. Go follow Larry Ohh on IG right now. He's also on YouTube. Oh man, it's good to be back, man. Feels like a Monday, even though it's Tuesday. We will be back tomorrow. We got an interview lined up for tomorrow, so you know what I mean. Be on the lookout for that. I will announce all that. Let you guys know. We will keep you in the loop. We won't forget you. Rad Beats, what's that? Is that a link to Larry Ohh's IG? Definitely go tap in with Larry. Tap in with us on Telegram. Oh man, appreciate you guys, man. It's been a dope episode, man. And we're in for a dope week, so I'm out, man. Take it easy.